Hi, the SI meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Wednesday, March 7th. Well, temperatures here in suburban Philadelphia this morning are right around the freezing mark in many spots. However, today will begin a significant warm-up with temperatures approaching or passing 60 degrees in most areas throughout the Mid-Atlantic region, and that warm-up will continue tomorrow as well. Strong southwesterly winds will pump in much milder air later on today, and that'll continue tomorrow as well. But then a cool front slips through by early Friday, accompanied by a few showers Thursday night into early Friday, and we get much closer to normal again for Friday and Saturday. But then another warm-up begins on Sunday, and much of next week looks very warm throughout much of the country. In fact, I thought we'd take a little longer-term look here right at the onset. This is the GFS height anomaly chart for the 7 to 10 day period, basically the forecast for the second half of next week. And on average here, where you see oranges or reds, such as here in the eastern two-thirds of the U.S., come the second half of next week, we're dealing with above normal temperatures. And similarly, where we see these blues, dark blues and light blues, we're dealing with colder than normal temperatures. So the GFS model, and this is corroborated by other models as well, is suggesting a major warm period for the second half of next week throughout the eastern two-thirds of the country. Now, one other interesting note here, as has been the case throughout much of the winter, the U.S. has really been lucky, especially the eastern half of the nation has been lucky with these above normal temperatures, because there have been other parts of the world throughout the winter that have been much colder than normal. We've heard all winter about the cold in Alaska and Europe, and here again for the second half of next week we have all these areas of dark blue representing what is likely to turn out to be another colder than normal period for Greenland here, for example, for Alaska, for Eastern Asia across the North Pole, and even for Europe. So once again, the U.S. will enjoy above normal temperatures, and despite the fact that around the globe there is a lot of cold air to be had. Today and tomorrow will be much warmer than normal. Then a setback, but that setback looks like it's only for a couple of days, and then off to the races again in terms of temperature for next week for much of the country. Well, here's the latest IR composite satellite loop for this morning. Lots of clear skies here up and down the East Coast, thanks again to large, strong, high pressure that is now just off the coast. We'll have plenty of sunshine here from D.C. across to Baltimore and Philadelphia and New York. Now, there are quite a few clouds out here in the middle part of the country. This is associated with that frontal system that'll move through the Mid-Atlantic region late Thursday night and early Friday, and it will have some rain with it later tomorrow night into early part of Friday. Not a major rain event, probably on the order of a quarter inch to a third of an inch of rain expected later on tomorrow night into early Friday. And again, that'll bring in more seasonable air for Friday afternoon and on Saturday. But then another warming trend begins on Sunday, and as we just saw a moment ago, much of next week looks very warm throughout a good part of the nation. Well, let's take a look at the GFS forecast map for the next couple of days. This is for tomorrow morning, Thursday morning, and high pressure continues to sit off the East Coast come tomorrow with a strong southwesterly flow of air pumping in that milder air from the Gulf of Mexico all the way up in the Mid-Atlantic region. The breeze will pick up today, and it will continue tomorrow. In fact, it will be downright windy tomorrow with gusts up to 25 to 30 miles per hour as temperatures climb right through the 60s to near 70 degrees, perhaps touching 70 degrees in parts of the Mid-Atlantic region before this cold front comes through. And here's the cold front as of tomorrow morning out here in the middle part of the country, and there is some decent rainfall associated with it. It'll weaken somewhat as it moves through the Mid-Atlantic region late tomorrow night into early Friday. Here's the GFS map for tomorrow night. That cold front is approaching. It's now cutting through the central part of the state. Again, some showers associated with it. We can have showers here, especially later on tomorrow night in the Mid-Atlantic region as that cool front slides in from the northwest to the southeast. By Friday morning, that front has slipped through to the East Coast. Most of the showers should be over with by the early morning time on Friday. There can be, again, maybe a quarter inch to a third of an inch later on Thursday night into Friday morning as that front slips on through. Temperatures on Friday will be primarily in the 50s behind the front, maybe holding in the 40s in many spots in the Mid-Atlantic region on Saturday, but then the warming trend will begin once again on Sunday and continue well into next week with a very warm week in store throughout much of the country. Well, for the SIweather.com, that's it for now. I'm meteorologist Paul Dorian.